And we're back. Guys, it's been quite a while since the last time we've done a solo play, so let's get started. We are taking the B team out for a spin. Thanks to your suggestions, we have a name for our knight. I went a little rainbow style this time. So I took a few of the different names. There was a few with the EL sound, the L name. And so I mishmashed them together and took Elric from it because it's also a little bit of a throwback. If you know, you know. And so he's a knight. He is a squire. I adjusted the intelligence to bump up his strength. We gave him the trident of fish calling, so he's going to have a pretty decent magic weapon right out the gate. But we need to know, how many hit points does he have? So we roll a d8, and sadly, we have to -1. Not great, but here we are. Okay, he has 3 hit points. Not wonderful for our frontline guy, but we know now what he's got. So we're taking Gilius Thunderchunderer, who is on the cusp of leveling up. We made sure to give everybody their taxes that could pay. So for March, they are all up to date. So Elric is done. We're bringing in Gilius Thunderchunderer, our dwarf. He's been in several delves, but he's never leveled up. He does possess a +1 magic sword, which is great. We've got Parmen, our retainer turned main character. Oh, I didn't adjust this. I didn't erase that it's for February, but because I actually did choose to pay. So yeah, here's the thing. He's not going to be using weapons a lot, but having that +1 for March, I think is still going to be useful for daggers because he's only got the 1 spell. He was always such a powerhouse for our game. And so it's really cool to see him start to come into adventuring, and hopefully we can get him up to higher levels. We've got Chandler because we do need a dedicated healer, and he's just got a bunch of armor, so if he gets hit with a ranged attack, he's going to be okay. And then in the back, we've got Elranden, who has kind of been like a lame duck this entire time. He hasn't done much. I'd like to see his effects with the charm and enchantment stuff, or even the lore effect, come up a little bit more. So we're going to keep playing with these guys. We do need to do a D100 check for each of them to make sure that the 2% chance for March, they don't get infected with a disease. So we're going to start with Gilius. No, that's a 62. He is fine and ready to go. Elric, you've got to be kidding me. Elric is sick right out of the front door. That is a 0-2. Elric cannot join us because he is infested with a disease, but what we can do is, wow, this is a bad news for him because he needs to be able to pay 100 gold to get cured because he's a level 1 character. Maybe he can take out a loan, but for now, we'll have to deal with that later. Sorry, Elric, you're not coming along. That is what the dice have told us today. We've got Parmen. Parmen with a 21, he is okay to join us on the adventure. And Chandler, 18, he's good. He's feeling healthy, feeling strong. And Elranden, 65, good to go. So now we're going to take a look at we have 4 adventurers joining us today. It's a small group, but that means more coin for those who actually survive the adventure. We have level 2. We know that Trogs are the dominant force in this space, and they have zombies that they use to carry out their grunt work orders. I think what we're going to do today, we're going to head down from level 1. We're going to move up and over and come right through this space here into this unexplored area. We do have a couple locked doors, but there's also just these wide open spaces, and I want to know, what is going on over here. So let's go ahead. We don't want to delve too deep with our level 1s. Like, these guys aren't ready for too much. So what we're going to do is we're going to roll a d6 one time because we are going to need about 10 minutes to get down to level 2 and 10 minutes to get to about over here. We're just going to kind of rough edge that one and say that enough of our torch has burned for a random encounter, but we'll be close to this area whenever this die takes effect, but nothing there. Okay, so this area is all mapped out. We are ready to expand now and see what is awaiting for us. More Trogs maybe? Let's see. So I say we go this way to find out where this corridor leads. we take the passage chart on page 290 of the 5th edition Dungeon Master's Guide. Here we go. 11 gives us the 20 feet straight ahead, and then a passage turns left, and it continues for 10 feet. So we go 20 feet straight ahead, and now it's gonna turn left. And now left, if you're a dungeon adventurer going in, left for them is this way. So we hook it around, and it goes an additional 10 feet. That's 30 of our 60. That we've already, 1, 2, 3, 4, sorry, that's 40 of our 60 we've already used of our torch, of our next torch lights. Every 6 squares, we have to mark off on our torch. Now the passage is going to 12. That is the same result, so it might just do a little bit of a box thing. So it's gonna go 20 feet straight, boop, boop. Now we have to do our random monster check. It looks like it's just gonna box itself in. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong dice. Random monster check. Oh, we have a random monster. And you can see here that this path, it is just going to dead end. Like, there's really not much that can happen because every result says it goes straight forward a little bit. So this is literally just a dead end. There is a room beyond here, though. That's kind of cool. So there is just a dead end right here, and it's filled with something. So let's see what indeed could it be. So we've decided that we're going to continue to use the 5th edition Dungeon Master's Guide to also generate and populate what's in the room. So we turn over to 296 for that effect. And we're going to roll a D100 to see, what is in this space. Hopefully it's something that's going to make us rich. We're going to roll the black and red here. 28 tells us that it is a monster. It's the pet or an allied creature that's guarding treasure. So we know that the pets or the allied creatures are zombies in this case. And it's going to be guarding treasure for level 2. So let's see how many zombies we're talking. So we're going to set aside our little space over here. We're going to have a combat in this space because zombies are not to be negotiated with. They are instant hostile. They are charged with guarding this space and killing whatever comes down. All right, cool. So zombies number encountered. Well, see, okay, so this is one of my commenters, thank you by the way, guys, told me that this is like just the standard number, but if you want to be more precise, more exact, you can go to level 2 and try to find zombies if they're on here. They are not. So we will use the standard chart. But if there was zombies on here, you would use the number appearing here because this would be more of a challenge dedicated to the level of the PCs based upon the level of the dungeon. That's something that I learned, and I'm really glad to know that. Thank you for that information. So we're going to use 2d4 appearing. Okay. Numbers appearing, 2d4. And I am going to slide this over a little bit because we don't want the dice to go out of frame. If the dice go out of frame, then you guys can't even see if I'm like fudging the dice or not. So if we're looking at the dice, the entry here, we see they have AC 11, they have 9 hit points. These things are not a joke. Like, they do a D8, or by weapon damage, we'll do a D8. They have a +1 to hit. Like, they can one-shot this entire team. Like, things could go completely wrong. This might be a very short episode. Hopefully, things don't go that way because we need to know, are we surprised? Now, they make no noise until they attack. They're immune to effects that cause living creatures like mind reading and mind effect, no poison. They always lose initiative, though. So let's see if we are surprised. And they always attack on sight. That's what I was getting at before. They're guardians. So are we surprised? We are not. Okay, so they're going to lose initiative. We don't even need to roll. We just need to give them the beatdown that they deserve for being rot walkers. This art, by the way, guys, amazing. If you just have time, really flip through these necrotic gnome tomes. Because you're going to find some of the most thought-provoking and like inspirational art. The details, if you're not looking, you'll miss. Like, this guy's guts are hanging out. That is so cool. Look at this guy's eyeball. right here on page 129. That eyeball is out of its socket. That is just neat. You're not going to see anything like that in the big Seattle company. You know which one I'm talking about, who should not be named. You're not going to see art like this. So enjoy it while you can, boys. All right. So we've got 4 heroes. We've got how many nasty rot walkers? Let's see. I need some D4. I got 1 D4. I got 2 D4. All right. How many we got? 6. 6 zombies. We are outnumbered. And we're definitely out HP'd. But Chandler, our boy. Oh, I was going to tell you. I didn't even write it down. I bought a holy symbol, a gold holy symbol. So if you go to Carcass Crawler, I think it's Carcass Crawler 2. I need to write that down. If you go to Carcass Crawler 2, there are additional inventory items. Man, I need to grab my Carcass Crawler book. I don't have it with me, but you can see inside. I'll post it in the video so you can see that if you purchase a gold holy symbol, you have a +1 to the turn effect. So I made sure to do that for both of the clerics in the game, because having that +1 is just insanely good, right? Okay, so we will say that happens with spell effects. It's not a spell, but his turn effect, his turn undead, will happen later. So let's see. Gilius is up front by himself. We have 2 ranged attacks that are going to go off first. One is a dagger, and the other is a short bow. They're both at +0 to the attack, but with the +1 from their taxes that they pay to their liege lord, and the +1 for being in close range, we're going to have a pretty decent return. So first, we will have Elranden as purple and Parmen as red. So this is a 17 to hit. That is a 21 to hit. We have 2 successful hits right out the gate. We've got a D6 and a D4. D6 and a D4. Okay, how much damage gets through? 4 damage on zombie number 1 gets through. And then we've got spell-like effects that are going to happen. This will be Chandler. We need to roll pretty high here. So what we're going to do is I will show you guys on camera the turn undead table, and I will look in the book because we have had requests to have the rulings posted in the video just so people know what I'm referring to, especially while I'm just kind of like flipping through the book. It's nice to have something to read. Okay, so the level of the cleric is level 3, and the hit die of the zombies is 2. Oh, if we look here, we can see he automatically turns them. As soon as he holds up that holy symbol, it doesn't even need to be a gold one. As soon as he holds up that symbol, the zombies are going to flee. So let's read the turn undead. Clerics can invoke the power of their deity to repel undead monsters encountered. To turn the undead, the player rolls 2d6. The referee then consults the table opposite, comparing the roll against the HD of the creature. We automatically turn. This roll doesn't need to happen. Now, what does need to happen? If the turning attempt succeeds, the player must roll 2d6 again to determine the number of HD affected, turned, or destroyed. So let's see how many HD are affected. Each of these zombies is 2 hit die. So what we need to do is roll really high, because if we don't roll 2 6s, some of them are still going to be around. We're going to have to fight them. So we got 5 hit die. That's 2 of the zombies turn and flee. So that's 2 done right away, which leaves us with 4 zombies. One of them is injured with 4 damage, and then there are 3 more who are still raring to go. Oh my goodness, this could be, they still outnumber us with their hit points. This is really rough. Okay, so that turn undead effect happened, and now we have our melee. Gilius Thunderchunderer. He's going to try to finish off that fella who is already injured. 6 plus just the 1 is 7. Oh, plus 8 for the sword Is that enough? 8 for the sword? Oh, no, they have AC 11. He swings and he misses. Now the zombies are going to take their turn. We have a pretty narrow space, so I will allow 3 of the 4 zombies to make a melee attack against Gilius. It looks like we have 1 hit. Yeah, we have one, just the 1 hit, but this could be enough because Gilius sadly only has 6 hit points. Oh, boys. Tell me you saw that. Please tell me that was on camera. Oh, he only took 1 point of damage. Oh, my guts were like super tense right there because I just want to see him succeed. He has had such a difficult time of getting to level 2. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, so we go to the top of the round. You know, I think we're going to have Chandler move up into melee now. Yeah. So he's going to move up into melee and engage in melee. Now we've got 2 spells. We've got 2 range attacks. Again, we can't do much with, and he prepared sleep. So we can't do anything with them. They don't sleep. They're zombies. So we're just going to do 2 attacks. How about this one? We have Parmen is purple. Elranden is brown. Okay. Or red. Here we go. I think again, we have 2 hits. So where's my purple D4? I think that would be better. Let's have the purple D4 out here. Just for the... Oh, you know what? Somebody must have walked off with it. Okay. How much damage on that first zombie? 8 damage on that zombie. He is destroyed. So we're down to 3 targets. We're going to have 2 melee attacks. This is going to be at a +1. That's all. Gilius Thunderchunderer will have a +2 for his attack. We'll say Chandler is the red, purple for Gilius. Oh, no. Okay, Chandler misses wide, swings way off, not even close to his target. But Gilius is going to strike true. He has a D8 weapon damage plus 1. 8 damage is not enough to stop this zombie. The zombie is still standing. Okay, now we've got 3 zombies left, and we have 3 attacks. Now, if it's evens, it's going to go against Chandler. If it's odds, it's going to go against Gilius Thunderchunderer. Evens Chandler, odds Gilius. Ooh. We have 2 successful attacks against Chandler. Oh no. They rolled so well because they each have a +1. His AC is only 18. Oh no. Poor Chandler. This is it. This is it. 5, 2. He has 3 hit points left. He has 3 hit points left. Oh my goodness, this is crazy. Oh, things are going so bad. Oh my goodness. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Yikes. We're going to prepare a spell. Next round, we have to heal. This is really, really bad. Oh, geez. Oh my goodness. He's going to prepare a spell. He's going to cast Cure Light Wounds on himself. Since we win the initiative, let's go again. Come on. We got to do some damage. We have 1 hit from the bow and arrow. Oh, sorry. This is the D4. The dagger. The dagger does 3 damage. The spell is going to go off. We're going to heal Chandler for a D6 +1. 5. Oh my goodness. This is tense. This is tense. I thought our ACs would protect us. Now we're going to have an attack from Gilius Thunderchunderer. That is a hit. He does 7 damage. He does enough to kill the second zombie. There's 2 zombies left. It's their turn. They're going evens against Chandler, odds against Gilius. We have 2 irrelevant strikes. Thank goodness. Now it goes back to the heroes. We've got the ranged attacks. Whiffs. That's not great. That's really bad. Now we've got 2 melee attacks. Oh, okay, so Gilius is going to strike with a 13. Oh man, this is rough, guys. 8 plus 1 is 9 damage. That is exactly the number we need to destroy the zombie. Okay, there's only 1 left. It's the zombie's turn. Evens and odds. Let's see how it goes. We have a 16 to hit, but this is an odd on the die. That is enough to hit Gilius. So this could be it for Gilius Thunderchunderer, boys. Here we go. 5. Exactly the number that he needed to win. Gilius is grabbed by the last remaining zombie, and its hands wrap around his dwarven face, and its thumbs, mostly just bones and rotten flesh, drive into Gilius's eyes, and he screams in agony, "No!" as he is brought down. And now we are in a lot of trouble. We only have 3 people left against this zombie. Gilius' sword falls, but it will be picked up and claimed later. We have 2 ranged attacks. We need to finish this zombie. It's time. Both are whiffs. We have Chandler's attack with his mace. Whiff. The zombie attacks Chandler. Miss. Chandler has an 18 AC. We're going back to the top of the round. Things are bloody. Things are in shambles. We need to overcome this zombies. We need to get this treasure and get out of here. We have a hit from Elranden with his bow. 3 damage. The creature is still standing. Now Chandler swings his mace. May the light protect him. It does not today. The zombie comes back with retaliation. Misses. 2 ranged attacks. We have a hit. The dagger throws, strikes for 3 damage, but the zombie is still standing. It is riddled with arrows and daggers. It falls on Chandler to finish this before he dies. Please. We have a hit. With enough damage to finally destroy that zombie. 6 zombies. That is some XP. I mean, it's not nothing. But they don't carry treasure themselves. The only treasure that is available is what we roll on this chart. Level 2. The level 2 chart. Now, we did say that we want to increase the amount of magic items that are going out in this campaign, and since the boys are basically dead here, if they continue pressing in, they are lost. They stand no chance. So what we're going to have to do, we recover the magic item, and we are going to recover whatever gems we can from here, and then we are going to escape. So what we're going to do is we are going to provide 1 magic item just because as the campaign goes, we need to be profiting off of this. And so we are going to, no matter what, have 1 magic item. But let's see how much treasure is recovered. A D12 of silver. 500 silver. Okay. There's a 50% chance, we'll say even. No, there's no gold. There's a 10% chance, we'll say a 0, for gems. No. There's a 5% chance of jewelry. Okay, we will say on a natural 20. No. And then there will be a magic item. So there's just like a pile of silver here. Not much XP going to be given out for that. But the magic item is where the value really comes in. And we're going to roll for that one. If you want to know where this is, you're going to go back quite a bit after all the monsters, after like the creating stronghold section, and you're going to see where it says treasure. That's where you want to turn. So we're going to go past the gold amounts and come over to magic items. We are in the basic levels, so we're going to roll a D100 and see what is the basic treasure that we recover. 75. 75 tells us it is a sword. Ooh, another sword for our friends. Sadly, our knight got sick right away. So let's go back to the sword region. R's. Okay, here we go. S is almost there. Here we go. Swords. Roll a D100. Which sword do we get? We get number 9. Number 9 is a sword -1 with a curse. Now, this is when we decided that there would be an option for our bard, if he is available, to roll a d6 and identify whether or not this is a magic cursed item. We're not going to roll for every single sword that we find, every magic item we find, because we'll just assume that Elranden checked it, and if he succeeds, he knows that it's a good item, and if he fails, he wouldn't have known anyway. They're going to try it on. Here, it is a cursed item, so we'll actually roll. Now, the lore effect, if we turn to the Bard page, which I'll just put this up on the screen for you guys so you can see it. You don't have to look at my book. But the Bard section here, it has a part about lore. It says from level 2, which is what Elranden is, he has a 2 in 6 chance of knowing lore pertaining to monsters, magic items, or heroes of folk or legend. This ability may be used to identify the nature and power of magic items. So if we want to know what this thing does, maybe he can tell us and stop us beforehand on a 1 or a 2. He doesn't recognize this item, and so we are going to take it into our bag, and somebody is going to be unlucky enough to receive this item. So, all right, guys, that is all for today. I hope you had fun watching our poor friend die, and we got just a little inch of treasure, and we got punished with a magic item. This is what old school is all about. At levels 1 to 3, it's called Mudcore for a reason. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hit like and subscribe. I will see you in the next one, and thank you to everybody who did subscribe, because our community is growing. Thank you so much. See you next time. Bye-bye.